In Episode 9, it is finally the day that we've all been waiting for, the All-Valley Tournament. Daniel gives the Miyagi-Do kids a pep talk, Johnny gives his kids a pep talk, and John Kreese seems to give Cobra Kai kids a pep talk, but Terry Silver corrects him and says, that's not a pep talk, that's an order. Before the tournament starts, Johnny pulls Miguel aside and says, hey man, I know what's going on with you. Things with your girlfriend are a little weird right now, but she's not on your team. So I need you to get your head in the game. You'll make up with her later, but right now, you need to be focused on winning. Miguel, however, seems a little turned off by the conversation. The tournament starts off with the skills competition, and after the first round, Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang are 1-2. Cobra Kai is in 5th. However, after the second round of skills competition, it's a completely different ballgame. Both Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang kids came up a little bit short, while Cobra Kai kids came to play. Cobra Kai is now in 1st place, Miyagi-Do is in 2nd, and Eagle Fang is in 6th. The Miyagi-Do kids especially are a little bit down. They really thought they had the skills competition in the bag, and Eli blames himself because he couldn't break a board on a kick. Daniel, though, has to remind them that this thing is far from over. Johnny, however, is not taking things as well. I mean, you can't blame him. He is in 6th place. He asks Devin what they need to be Cobra Kai, and she tells him they just need to get as deep in the tournament as possible. In between the skills competition and the actual fighting, you get an impromptu concert from country award-winning recording artist Carrie Underwood. Because it's not enough that she ruined Sunday Night Football, now she needs to ruin this television show. If you can't tell, I'm not a country music fan. If you are, smash that thumbs down button. They then kick off the actual karate part of this, and Cobra Kai continues to dominate. Sam realizes the reason why. It's because they know the Miyagi-Do playbook. After the play-in, the only kids that are left are Miguel, Dimitri, Robbie, Eli, Kenny, Kyler, Devin, Sam, Tori, and Piper. So basically all of the main characters. I guess I could have said that. Miguel ends up winning his quarterfinal fight with ease, as does Tori. She defeats Devin, and now there's no hope for Eagle Fang to have a female champion. Devin does say, though, that she's only been doing this for about 6 weeks, so next year she's going to kick all of their asses. But with Devin out, they really do need Miguel at this point. They need him to win the whole thing for them to have a shot at winning the tournament. Before Robbie has his quarterfinal fight, Daniel walks up to him, questioning him on the sportsmanship of giving Cobra Kai kids the Miyagi-Do playbook. And Robbie reminds him, I'm here to win. He says to Daniel, everybody thinks that their way is the only way. You, my dad, Kreese. Truth is, it doesn't matter which way you fight, as long as it works. And I'll use whatever it takes to win. Daniel then gives Robbie one last Miyagi-Do lesson. Never put passion in front of principle. Because even when you win, you end up losing. Robbie, though, doesn't end up losing. He ends up winning his quarterfinal fight. So does Dimitri. He advances as well. But Eli's quarterfinal fight is with his former bully, Kyler. And without the mohawk, Kyler's back to calling Eli Lip. And Eli is back to being that quiet introvert. But Moon overhears the conversation, walks up to him and says, he's always been a bully. That's not who you are. You're not defined by your haircut. I liked you for your energy and your confidence. Eli, though, admits that lately he doesn't have any confidence, so Moon decides to give him some. She ends up kissing him right before he goes on the mat, and Hawk is back. And he takes all that pent-out frustration out on Kyler and whoops his ass. The next fight is between Sam and Piper, and Piper takes the first point. And after she does, she tells Sam, you know, Robbie says that Miyagi-Do is for defense only. Without your defense, you've got nothing. So Sam gives her a little Cobra Kai. She strikes first, catching Piper off guard and taking the next point. Then she takes the second and the third. And when she returns to her side, Daniel is not happy that she used Eagle Fang / Cobra Kai's tactics. He tells her, you didn't win the right way. And she says, maybe my right way is different than yours. That's now the second person to tell Daniel that maybe his way isn't the only way or the right way. The semifinals then kick off, and it's Cobra Kai versus Cobra Kai. Robbie is matched up against his mentee, Kenny. Kenny, though, takes the first point, to the shock of everybody. Kreese then pulls Robbie aside and says, I thought you wanted to be a champion. Are you fighting your friend or your opponent? Then he sends him back out. When Robbie heads back to the mat, he's got a different look about him. He takes the next point, and then the second point, and he takes the third point in epic style, kicking Kenny extremely hard in the face, possibly breaking the kid's nose. Even Robbie's shocked at his violence. Miguel's quarterfinal matchup is also going to be against a friend. He's fighting Eli. Before the match, Daniel walks over to him and starts telling him how well he's been doing and how he noticed that in his last match, he was circling his opponent, which is a Miyagi-Do tactic. Johnny, however, comes over, interrupts the conversation, and tells Miguel to go get ready. Daniel then confronts Johnny about training Sam. And Johnny tells Daniel, "You should thank me. She got to the semifinals." Daniel, though, feels like Johnny turned her into somebody who can't control her anger. And Johnny feels like Daniel is turning his kids into a bunch of wimps. Daniel tells Johnny to stay away from Sam. Johnny tells Daniel to stay away from Miguel. And after all that drama, it's actually time to fight. But Johnny is definitely feeling the pressure of only having one fighter left in the tournament. He says to Miguel, "You take his ass out." And Miguel is a little appalled because Eli's his friend. But Johnny says he picked a side. He picked Miyagi-Do. Whose side are you on? Miguel says he's on Johnny's side, but he definitely doesn't agree with his coach. Hawk and Miguel start going at it, but when Miguel jumps up to kick Hawk in the face, he ends up re-injuring his back, falling to the mat and screaming in agony. Thank you so much for checking out this recap. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit thumbs up if you liked it. Smash that thumbs down button if you thought this sucked. Make sure to be nice in the comment section. If you don't see the next video up in the end screen there, I'll get it up in a few days, not to worry. And I have merchandise, so go buy a mug or something. It's never too early to think about Christmas gifts, folks. But once again, thank you for checking out this recap.